Welcome, episode 20. So episode 10 we did something a wee bit different, episode 20 we'll do something different too. You can look at the board, you can see it, we're not going to talk about it. We got ribeye, filet mignon, sirloin and picanha steaks. And we're going to do two sides to go with them, but tonight's all about the steak. So, here they are. First off we have our filet mignon. Now it has been cut, so we'll only do a little bit by bit. This is our sirloin. Nice big thick boy, so it'll take a little bit longer. Here you can see our ribeye. This is the nice juicy bit here. This is the best bit here. And finally my favorite, the picanha. This is like beef bacon. It is just beautiful. And this is going to be the dark horse today. I'm so happy we have this. Now all we're going to quickly do is season these, salt and pepper quite liberally. Flip them over, again salt and pepper, and we're going to send them to the side first. These will cook quickly, this will cook relatively quickly, this will take a little bit longer. But we'll start on our sides because they'll take a little bit longer again. So, salt. Now, if you salt from really close, you only get a little bit. If you salt from higher, it'll go further. So you don't need as much. So if I'm salting, if I'm putting it over here, it's just a tiny little bit. If I go over here, it covers a lot more area. So, say salt. And we don't want to be scared of it. Just get our salt on top. And then on with our pepper. Now, some people hate me for this, using cracked pepper. But I don't care. It's easily available here, so I'm going to use it. So then all we're going to do is flip. Now this is good Angus beef as well. So Angus is by far one of my favourite breeds. You just don't get a better taste for my money than Angus. I've tried Wagyu, and I think the sweet spot now is definitely Black Angus Wagyu cross. That is where things are going to go in the future. We're a bit heavy there, but it'll be all right. So we'll just spread it out, make sure it's well. And now this, well, you have to make sure you get your sides and your edges. The fat on that. You can make sure you season every piece of the meat. There's not much on these sides, but we'll do it anyway. Right, now we'll put this over to the side. We'll wipe down and we'll start on our sides. Right, now our first side we're going to look at is our onions. I love sauteed onions. We're going to do a mixture. I can find me butter. The red onion adds a nice sharpness. The whites, or the yellows, add a softness to it. Same as before, we're going to go down through the middle. We can nip off that end. Same again, nip off that end and take off this outer cover. Now with the red onions, we're going to go for a nice fine slice. Whenever we're cooking these, we almost want them to, melt away. That's what I like. And then for the white onions, we will do them slightly thicker. I want to say we'll do a ratio 2:1, but it's only me and T here tonight, so that should be more than plenty.
What the fuck is the coffee doing?
Like brilliant. Now, if you look at the onions, like I said, I've cut them roughly 2:1. Okay, that's where you'll see the difference. That's where these will become nice and soft and sweet, and these will still be a little bit tart. So all we're going to do is put these into our pan. We will bring, we're going to put our frying pan on top. The only reason we'll take this over the back after once we go with steaks. Medium heat. Just let that come up. We're going to take some butter, this much. Whatever this much of a butter is, this is how much butter we're using to start with. There will be more added, I'm sure. There always is. So we're just gonna move that around the pan till it gets nice and soft and ready to go. Now while that's going, we'll turn the fan on, just put it on low. Now, we're also gonna make a sauce. We'll get it going here. Now, there's definitely better ways to make pepper sauce. This is my method while I'm here, because it simply works. We can't get fresh cream, I'll use UHT. We're going for about 250 mils. Where's my marker? There's my marker. So about 250 ml of cream. There. Now you can just hear this butter just coming up. So what we're going to do now then, listen to this, we get the onions in. It's just foamed. You hear that? That's what you want to hear. Now these we're just going to gently move around the pan. You can already see them starting to brown up. I will add a bit more butter for good measure. Now with this on the go, we'll go over to our pepper sauce. These things, so you can leave these sitting for a while, it's fine. You know, the steaks are getting ready, the salt's being absorbed in. You'll actually notice that the color will change a little bit as we go along. So we just want these to sort of brown down. It'll take a while, and it looks like a lot of onions now, but see, by the time they're all melted, they're not melted down, that they're sauteed down, really not a lot of onion. Now, our sauce, we're going to put it on a low heat. Now I say this is a cheating version that I came up with a while ago. First things first, a bit of beef stock. It just adds a real richness to it. So we'll just plop that in all the time, just keeping these just moving along nicely. Now this is why I said it's a cheats version, because this is what I mainly use. It's a black peppercorn sauce. You can just see it there, black pepper sauce. So it's just going to go in about, we'll start with a tablespoon and a bit. Say a tablespoon and a teaspoon. Say our onions are just working away nicely. Now with the sauce, obviously we want to stir it. One thing that's really nice is a bit of brandy. Now, don't worry about the alcohol content. At 57 degrees, alcohol boils off. Now for 250 ml of cream, we use 1 cap. That's it. Anything more and it overpowers it. So 1 capful, and that goes. And that gives you just a lovely flavour. Onions are sweating down. They're starting to look good. Definitely looking good. I'm happy with those so far. Now the sauce. We'll put a little bit of actual black pepper in. And then we're just going to give it a little mix until we see it starting to change. Now I've added a bit more pepper sauce into this, or the base pepper sauce, so it's up to about 2.5 tablespoons now. And so what we'll just let it do is just tick away until it reduces. So you can see it there, it's just starting to look very lush. And eventually actually we'll add some butter just before it finishes. And here you can see the onions really have sweated down. And that is just how I like to look at that. You think this pan was almost full at the start, how much it's gone down. All the sugars are coming out. And it's just super tasty. So we'll put this over to the back burner, keep it on low, and we'll get on with the steaks. Okay, back to front and center. We're gonna get this heating up. We want it nice and hot, so we get a good sear. So we're gonna leave it on medium high for about 2 minutes till it's nice and hot, and then we're good to go. Grill is nice and hot. We're gonna start with the thicker steaks. The thickest steak we have at the minute is gonna be our sirloin. So we're just gonna get it on. You ready for this? And then just, oh, damn, that smells good. Now the key thing is we're going to wait until it comes off by itself. If I start pulling at it now, you'll only pull the steak apart. So once it's sealed, then we can take it off. I'm going to turn the fan up too because it gets smoky in here, and it was so bad last week. But we were sitting in the living room, just this cloud, absolute cloud. So as I say, you can start to to test to see where it doesn't want to just come yet. So we're gonna let it sit for a wee bit longer. Right, now we'll get our ribeye on. See the crust starting to form? We do a wee bit longer on that side. Now, see, this one's a bit thicker, so we're gonna let it run for a little bit longer. These ones are definitely thinner. We're gonna let that sit, it's not just free yet. Now, we'll get our picanha on too, and I love picanha. It will not take long at all. Like I was saying, this is like beef bacon. And as you see, it's getting smoky in here. Now, we are going to temp check these. We want to hit about 125 internal. They'll carry over. 120, 125 for a bit of carryover cooking. So it's not quite there yet. Picanha is a lot thinner. It's almost at 100. I do love a nice char. Now we'll get these wee bits of filet mignon on. I say they're a wee bit smaller, but they will still be as tasty. Obviously, it won't need half as long. Oh yeah. Okay, the picanha, it can come off. I'm going to set over here to rest. Same now for our sirloin. Now all of our meat is fried this week, and from now forward for our beef, from Victor at the Cool Shop. You can find them on Instagram, and they supply all through China, and do some absolutely amazing cuts of beef, as you're about to see. Right, we'll let them rest for 5 minutes, and then we are golden. Okay, I'm going to pour the sauce into here and the onions into here. So just our sauce. Just look at that. And then our onions. See how much they've reduced? Just makes them lovely and sticky and jammy. Everything you'd ever want. So here we are, everything's cooked, we're ready to go. We have our pepper sauce, we got our onions. So we'll start with picanha, the sirloin, the ribeye, and then the filet mignon. Now, I like my stuff medium rare. These have been resting for, what, about 5 minutes now, 10 minutes. So they're about ready to go, so we'll cut into them. Big shout out to Victor, Brazil, the Cool Shop. And we will just, now I like my meat just slightly pink. Looks pretty good to me, look at the juice. So that's our picanha, ready to go. Now we'll go in with our sirloin. So look at that, just nice and pink. Beautiful. Now on to our ribeye. It definitely cuts easier. Now these are all roughly the same. They're all black Angus. Was it M3? I think they were. And you can just see, oh, a little bit of, well, no, bite right. So there's not too much juice coming out. Save that tip. And then we'll just cut our filet mignon into wee bite-sized strips. And hopefully it's not too far overcooked. There you have it, our 4 steaks, ready cooked. So we will start, no, we're going to leave that there. I love that too much. We'll start with the filet mignon. Now it is a wee bit over, but again, so small. You don't even have to chew. It's that soft. We'll get a little bit with the sauce. That's just coating perfectly. What I love about the sauce, just the pepper, just the cream, obviously. A wee bit of peppercorn. Beef stock just adds boom, and a wee bit of brandy after. Now, for our ribeye, there's a lot more flavour in the ribeye than there is in the filet mignon. Again, a little bit with the sauce. So far, that's the best combination. It overpowers this little. The sauce stands up well against the ribeye. Now, your sirloin. A little less flavour than the ribeye, but it should. I think there's a nice wee bit there. Just look at how tasty that is. Look at the colour on that. It should stand up to the sauce just as well. Right, there's a bit more chew to this than there is to the ribeye. So far, the ribeye is winning for me, but the last one, the picanha. Picanha always has more flavour. It's like beef bacon. So we dip in the sauce. I think for something special, has to be the picanha. For a treat, the ribeye has it. This is just good value, and this is for something a little bit different. Now we'll try the onions. That's why I do the mix. I'm still getting the punch from the red onion, sweetness from the white, and then that overall nice from the butter, you know, the richness. But that's my thoughts. Over to you. You tell me which one you think is the best in the comments. Now we're going to do more work in the future with Victor. We got some special stuff coming up for New Year's Eve and for Valentine's Day. So stay tuned for that. But definitely picanha every day. See you soon.